Before you skip this video, notice where the mimic and the peacock are. I will be going into some details about heavier pets in this video, about the koi, the seal, any pet that has a relevant ability. I will talk about pets that are maxed out by the regular elephant or maxed out by the rainbow hash elephant, their weights and those values, because it changes a lot of things in this video. So if you skip to the end, you're not going to get that analysis. So you might want to pay attention. So quickly, I'm going to throw these 4 pets on the field, onto the board. They're low tier pets. They don't have a whole lot of value. They have more value than many of the pets that aren't on this list. If your pet is not on this list, it really doesn't have much trade value. But those 4 pets, no one really cares if they're bigger or heavier or whatever. So I'm not going to give you any additional information on them. They're there in case you're curious about them. If you're wondering where I make this list from, I take multiple websites on the internet and then I take them, I average them out and separate them into tiers for you to give you a sense of what things are doing online. That way, if your goal is to move up the value list and try and acquire better pets like the kitsune, the raccoon, etc., this information might be useful to you. If you're trading pets based off of ability, completely different story. If you're trading pets in public servers, on Discord servers, you're going to find crazy values out there. There's hundreds of thousands of players and everyone's trying to make a profit off of you. Next up, we have the French fry ferret. This pet is very, very useful right now, especially if you're running 15-second peacocks, etc. A base random weight, I'll get into more later. A base random weight French fry ferret is a C tier pet. They do have some good trade value. Now, because of the elephant, the regular elephant is capable of getting French fry ferrets and any other pet up to 3.9 kilograms, which means 39 kilograms at age 100. A 39 kilogram nightmare French fry ferret is worth a lot more than this. It is actually up in the S tier, going for more than a regular raccoon on the internet. That might seem crazy to you, but we're talking about a French fry ferret whose ability is down to like 23 minutes. A regular elephant can take a French fry ferret up to a weight where the ability goes to 23 minutes. The cap is 20 minutes. Basically, a regular elephant can take a French fry ferret almost up to the huge Titanic tier of French fry ferret. It's insane. So French fry ferrets of that weight maximized by a regular elephant with nightmare are that valuable. If you get a little bit bigger than that, using the rainbow hash elephant, you can get to the flat 20-minute cooldown, which is as low as you can go. They're worth a bit more, but the difference between 23 minutes and 20 minutes, especially if you have a 15-second peacock, is literally like 1 or 2 activations of the peacock. So it really doesn't make much of a difference at all. So at that level, yeah, they're above a raccoon. They're in the S tier. Seals. Now this is interesting. Seals are way down to the bottom of E tier. Your regular average everyday seal is way down there. Now, if you have a seal of the appropriate weight, it's got to be around 2 kilograms or so. It has to be able to maximize and get to 8% on its ability. If it does, it gets up all the way into the B tier. We're talking butterfly category. So trading a appropriate weight seal for around a butterfly is a fair trade. People will try and rip you off in trades. You're going to try and rip people off in trades. Everyone wants to make profit. But that's roughly where it's worth. So regular seals, pretty much worthless. A seal of the appropriate weight, where at age 100, it maximizes its ability to 6.25%, I think. Yeah, 6.25% times 8 is the 50% cap. That seal is roughly a butterfly. Pachycephalosauruses are currently C tier pets. Keep in mind, if the leaks are true about the blacksmithing update and crafting becomes massive, you might see the Pachycephalosaurus increase in value from here, especially because its population is so low, because it used to be food for the T-Rex because of seals. It used to be T-Rex food. Now it's worth, oddly enough, more than a T-Rex. We'll get into that. The disco bee has plummeted so far. People have been farming anti-bee eggs like crazy using seals and koi and etc. etc. It has plummeted like crazy. It is an A tier pet, but barely. I will talk about its relationship to the butterfly. 2 butterflies to a disco bee is an overpayment right now. That's where it's at. It's crazy. The queen bee is a D tier pet. It does have some trade value. People aren't really trading it. The demand for that is kind of low-ish. The demand for the E tier pets are all really low. The demand for the C tier pets are pretty good. Demand for disco bee is quite good. The demand for the queen bee is decent based off of what I can find online. Ascended pets continue to plummet. They're down. They're getting really close to the butterfly range. Honestly, I would trade them for a butterfly. They're bottom of A tier, but nobody wants them anymore. The demand is so low. People are undercutting each other like crazy. The demand is so low. Like the tiger gives Dawnbound now. So ascended pets really have no value. If you hatch one, go ahead and get something kind of useful for it. You know what I mean? Hatch one, mutate one. Echo frogs are great pets. They're D tier pets. Keep in mind though, it's really, really, really easy to create a 15-second echo frog now. A good sized regular elephant is capable of getting the echo frog along with Nightmare up to the 15-second minimum cap. However, the lowest 15-second echo frog I could find on the internet, which is 39 kilograms, which is the cap from the regular elephant, plus Nightmare, is almost 3 kitsunes, somewhere between 2 and 3 kitsunes. I think that's an overpayment. I think it's actually relatively easy to make an echo frog with an elephant now for anyone who has the ability to do so with 15-second peacocks, etc. Now, that's not everybody, but in terms of its trade value, I only see the trade value of the 15-second echo frog going down based off of this listing here. You might even find it cheaper in trades. If people are trading for you, they're probably doing it for less than that. They're probably doing it for closer to 2 kitsunes, maybe even 1 kitsune, depending on what you're going to find on the internet. It's not hard to create a 15-second echo frog anymore. Actually, the fact that you can create one at all is just a new thing because of the elephant. Elephant changes so much in this game. Bald eagle. This is fun. This is really fun. A regular bald eagle with no mutations, just regular weight, random weight, is a D tier pet. Is actually a C tier, bottom of C tier pet right now. Regular bald eagle. Having said that, you can get 39 kilograms. Now remember, if I say 39 kilograms, that is the regular elephant maxing it out. So a regular elephant can max a bald eagle to 39 kilograms. You give it Nightmare. That thing is trading for, where did it go? I lost it. It's trading for a single kitsune. That seems a bit crazy to me. Is listed on the internet at the value of a single kitsune. We're talking of 39 Nightmare. I don't know. I think that seems a lot. I'm pretty sure you can probably acquire it for less when trades. But on the internet, it's going for a single kit, which is just madness. That value can only go down. Now, if you want to be crazy and you want to have a bald eagle all the way up to 60 kilograms, thanks to the rainbow hatched elephant, 60 kilograms with Nightmare, you're looking at 1, 2, more than 3 red kitsunes in value. 3 red kitsunes for a 60 kilogram Nightmare bald eagle. Why would you want that? It's one of the best, it is the best egg hatching pet in the game. I created with my 2.6 kilogram elephant who's capable of getting to the cap. I created 6 Nightmare 39 kilogram bald eagles. Their multiplier is times 9. I hatch 4-hour eggs in mere minutes. It's stupid. The butterfly is a B tier pet. The butterfly's relationship to the disco bee is better than, or it's less than 2 to 1 or better than 2 to 1. 2 to 1 butterfly to a disco bee is an overpayment right now, which just shows you how far the disco bee has fallen. It's crazy. Anything beneath the butterfly, that's funny. Remember back in the day, okay, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, remember back in the day, I used to have everything rated to like the dragonfly. And I used to talk about all the low pets based off of dragonfly. The butterfly is now down at the value the dragonfly was when I was using the dragonfly as a currency. That's how far the butterfly has fallen in terms of real world value. It is equal to what the dragonfly once was when it was a currency for me. Now the dragonfly is worthless. Wow, it's a crazy world we're in now. Crazy, crazy world. Now the brontosaurus. Now we're cooking with gas. This is another great pet to talk about. The regular bronto, I can't believe I'm saying this. I haven't made one of these videos in a week and a half. The regular bronto is really close to the butterfly now in terms of value. Again, butterfly has plummeted. The regular bronto is actually a low B tier pet now because again, they used to be food for T-Rexes and now it's worth more than the T-Rex because it's more useful. What a world. Online, it's there. Now, brontosauruses. Let me be clear. Pretty much any regular brontosaurus, if you give it Rainbow and Nightmare and age 100, you're going to need 4 of them to maximize its ability to get to 30% combined. You're going to need 4. If you want to drop that to 3 brontosauruses to get to 30%, that means 10% each, which is a lot. You need the following. They must be Nightmare, 38.54 kilograms. 38.54 kilograms and Nightmare. How do you do that? A regular elephant. So the regular elephant maxing out the brontosaurus, giving it Nightmare, can drop brontosauruses down to 3 brontosauruses to maximize their effect. Those big brontosauruses are going for a bit more than a kitsune. It's basically a kitsune and a fennec fox. It's almost a kitsune and a raccoon. for one of those really big maximized brontosauruses with nightmare from a regular elephant. So you're probably wondering, okay, so the regular elephant can get it down to 3 brontos. What about the rainbow hatch elephant? Can it get down to 2 brontos? Nope. To get down to 2 brontosauruses on the field, you need 15% for each brontosaurus, its effect. To get to 15%, you need nightmare brontosauruses, and the weight has to be, I think I've calculated up to like 86 or 87 kilograms. And the rainbow hatch elephant cannot get up to 87 kilograms. Therefore, to drop down to 2 brontosauruses, you need massive titanic brontos that rainbow hatch elephants cannot create, and they are priceless. There are really, I couldn't find any. I couldn't find any on the internet. They're insanely hard to find. The regular lobster is a bottom of D tier pet. It refuses to drop, but it has like no demand right now. The T-Rex, oh, the poor T-Rex has dropped down to the D tier. Poor T-Rex. Back in the day, it's weird to see the Pachycephalosaurus and the Brontosaurus worth more than the T-Rex. But again, everybody has shekels in the game, so people don't really care about spreading mutations in their garden. So the demand for the T-Rex has just gone down. I love the T-Rex, poor thing. The tiger and the T-Rex are basically the same in value. They're dead equal in heat and value. Tigers are pretty cool. They add all sorts of crazy mutations. The fennec fox continues to puzzle me. I don't understand. Is there like some cabal of people trying to keep the value of the fennec fox high? I don't understand. I don't understand this pet at all. It is basically disco bee plus a butterfly to get to a fennec fox. That's so weird. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. I personally would never trade up to a fennec fox to try and move up the tier list. I think that's just silly. Huge pets, no longer ranking because of the regular elephant getting pets up to 39 kilograms, because of the rainbow hash elephant getting pets up to like 60 kilograms. There's no point in ranking huge pets anymore. The koi, this is fun. Here we go. This is cool. So regular koi are D tier pets, just random koi are D tier pets, okay? You need 8 of them on the field to try and maximize their effect. The lowest value I could find for an 8% koi, an 8% koi means that it's passive of 8%, that's the max, right? An 8% koi, a maxed koi, the lowest value I could find puts it right around a raccoon. Again, how? Why? I'm pretty sure in trades, you could get a koi with an 8% ability, which is basically a 2 kilogram koi with nightmare, which is basically a koi that has been brought up heavier by an elephant, right? So I'm pretty sure you could find kois for less than a raccoon, but that's pretty much what it's going for online on the internet. So I'm guessing you hear that, and as a seller of one of those kois, you used your elephant, you put in the time, you brought the koi up to a big enough weight, you gave it nightmare to Headless Horseman, and it finally has an 8% ability. As the seller of one of those koi, or trader of one of those kois, I would try and get a raccoon if I could. If you get less than a raccoon, congratulations. If you're trying to acquire a koi, understand that it's going for a raccoon on the internet, so if you can find it for less than a raccoon in a trade, congratulations, you're doing great. But that's crazy. Then again, if you can somehow get 2 titanic brontosauruses over 87 kilograms in nightmare and have that at 30%, and then you have 6 koi at 8%, that's 48%. You could have the 30% pet weight increase and 6 kois at 48% eggs back. That would be crazy. So I can kind of see why the demand for an 8% koi is so high. Blood owls are low D tier pets. They're pretty good. Spinosauruses still have some value. It's shocking. But because everything else has dropped so far, it's weird. The Spinosaurus is almost worth a disco bee. Like almost dead even. What a weird world. What a strange world. It's been a long time since I made these value videos. Things have shifted so much. The raccoon is still an S tier pet. Barely. Its value has gone down. The relationship to go from a disco bee to a raccoon, 3 disco bees is an overpayment, 2 disco bees is an underpayment. That's roughly the worth on the internet right now. 3 Spinosauruses, spot on to a raccoon. That's hilarious. The raccoon is 4 butterflies. 3 Spinosauruses, 4 butterflies to a raccoon, and 2 disco bees is a bit of an underpayment to the raccoon. And then the kitsune is an 2-to-1. 2 raccoons to a kitsune is an underpayment currently. You would need to add basically a butterfly. Two raccoons and a butterfly will get you a kitsune based off of these values here. Now we're going to talk about some fun pets. Quickly, the mummy. I'm going to slap it up there real quick. The mummy is a C tier pet. Don't underestimate using a mummy. People, now that we have elephants, people are like, oh, why do I need brontosauruses? Why do I need mummies? Well, brontosauruses can get you titanics. So that's a whole different story. So put the brontosauruses aside. Mummies increase chess pets. You know how much time that saves? Can you comprehend how much time it saves? I've been using my elephant even with two 15-second peacocks and a rainbow hatch dillo and some massive nightmare French fry ferrets that I've created. Even using all those things, it can still take a long time to raise things up with an elephant. So don't underestimate how much time an army of mummies when opening chests will save you in increasing the weight of those chest pets. The Hydra is an E tier pet. We're talking about the regular Hydra from the Battle Pass. Like I said before, everyone's going to finish the Battle Pass, so it's going to be pretty much worthless. The rainbow hatched one from the Roblox thing, I think it's still cheaper to spend Robux to acquire it than it is to acquire it online. The lowest value I could find of a Rainbow Hatch Hydra online puts it at the Kitsune level. Would you trade a Kitsune for a Rainbow Hatch Hydra, or would you just rather spend the Robux to get the full Battle Pass? I think you just rather spend the Robux to get the full Battle Pass. So don't acquire your Rainbow Hatch Hydras online. Just spend the Robux. The Headless Horseman, a regular 1 kilogram Headless Horseman, is down in the E tier, right? They're common. There's lots of little tiny Headless Horsemen going around. Now, if you have a 2 kilogram Headless Horseman, you're looking right at the butterfly level. So bigger Headless Horsemen, heavier Headless Horsemen are the butterfly level. A 2.5 kilogram plus, we're talking you had Brontos down on the field and you hatched a big Headless Horseman and it got boosted by Brontos. 2.5, 2.6, 2.7. I own like a 2.7 Headless Horseman, for example. So those big ones from Brontos, those are going for around a raccoon on the internet for real world value. Again, what you find in trades, who knows? But for real world value, big Headless Horsemen. Big nightmare Headless Horsemen are raccoons. Now, these next pets are interesting. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room. I'm going to use that joke a million times in the future. A regular elephant of random size is an E tier pet. Having said that, listen to my words once again. The regular elephant is an E tier pet. A 2 kilogram regular elephant, so a big hatch again, that will be able to maximize its ability. Its ability provides a 3.5 kilogram boost. So if it's maxed, it's actually up around the butterfly. That jumps really, really high for the regular elephant, even though we have farmed up tons of elephants recently. So if you had a big, heavy hatch of your elephant, it gets up to its maximum ability. It is worth a butterfly. Rainbow hatched elephants, good luck. They're stupid numbers of kitsunes. It's a massive number. We can't even talk about it, okay? It's just massive. Rainbow hatched elephants are out of reach for pretty much anyone and everyone. You're going to need multiple 15-second peacocks and stuff to even think about acquiring a rainbow hatched elephant, so don't even sweat it. The lion is from the current event, and it still is not available for the average everyday person to acquire. Okay, listen, focus up. Eyes on me. Do not trade for a lion right now. If you do, you're going to get ripped off because the only people who have lions spend Robux to acquire them. As such, they're going to look for a return on their investment of Robux to extract as much value out of you as they can. Wait until the lion unlocks, grab it normally, and watch the value plummet into the dirt. Okay? Having said that, right this second, if you manage to spend Robux and you have a lion and you want to trade it away, on the internet, in real world value terms, the lion is, where did it go? It is an S tier pet because the only way to acquire it is by spending Robux. I said it again. The lion is up here in S tier. It is 2 kitsunes. On the internet, the lowest value I could find is just under 2 kitsunes. So if you can acquire a couple of kitsunes for your lion, congratulations. Do it now before the lion becomes publicly available to everyone for shekels and its value plummets swiftly. Having said that, it's Thursday today. Tomorrow's Friday, and then the update comes. Are we going to unlock the lion in time? Is the lion going to be one of those pets that no one has because it was locked behind Roblox the entire time? We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Now, let's talk about these two pets, the peacock and the mimic. These two pets are used to hatch eggs quickly. Everyone knows about the 15-second peacock, the 15-second mimic. I'm not going to talk about the 15-second mimic. What I am going to talk about are these two pets boosted up to either 39 kilograms at age 100 because of the regular elephant or 60 kilograms at age 100 because of the rainbow hatch elephant. I'm going to tell you what I've found about them online so that if you're thinking about acquiring them, you don't do something stupid. Peacocks, regular, common, everyday peacocks I'm putting it down in the E tier. Obviously, it's just a peacock. Who cares? Now, listen to me. The peacock. If you get the peacock up to 39 kilograms because of the regular elephant as well as nightmare, on the internet, I can find 39 kilogram nightmare peacocks for around 1 kitsune. That is boosted by the regular elephant that anyone can acquire from eggs right now. So 1 kitsune for a regular peacock. You're going to need to use toys to get that cooldown down to 15 seconds. I don't know if both toys will do it. I didn't check that part. So that was a regular elephant. The peacock boosted by the rainbow hatched elephant all the way up to 6 kilograms at age 1 or 60 kilograms at age 100. Nightmare, 60 kilograms is roughly around 2 kitsunes on the internet. Again, what you find in trades, very different. But on the internet, I can find them for the value of 2 kitsunes. Again, a 60 kilogram peacock boosted by the rainbow hatched elephant is going to need toys to get down to 15 seconds. So that's why it's only worth around 2 kitsunes, because you're going to have to burn through all your toys to make use of it down to that 15-second cooldown. A true 15-second peacock, which is, with Nightmare, 76.2 kilograms. So if it's lower than 76 kilograms, even 76.1, 76.1 is a 16-second peacock. 76.2 is a 15-second peacock based off of the calculators. A true 15-second peacock is at least 6 kitsune, okay? At least 6 kitsune. Can you find it for 5? Possibly. Could you find it for 4? I don't know. But at least 6 kitsune is the lowest I could find on the internet for a true 15-second peacock. Moving on to the Mimic. The Mimic has tumbled and tumbled. The Mimic is down in the E tier now. Regular, everyday, boring old Mimics, guys. They've been farmed into the dirt. They're down here in the E tier. Now, let's talk about the elephants in the room. Elephants boosting the Mimic up to 38 kilograms. Again, with Nightmare, etc. 38 kilograms, 39 kilograms with Nightmare. You're looking at a value of a bit more than a raccoon for a 39 kilogram Mimic. Again, can toys get that 39 kilogram Mimic down to a 15-second Mimic? I don't know off the top of my head. Then the 60 kilogram Mimic, boosted by the rainbow hatched elephant. 60 kilograms with Nightmare. That Mimic gets down to not quite 2 kitsunes. You're looking at basically a kitsune and a raccoon. Kitsune, raccoon, butterfly, like right there. Kitsune, raccoon, butterfly is for a 60 kilogram Mimic with Nightmare. That one probably will be able to get down to 15 seconds with toys. Those are the values I could find on the internet for all of these things. If you skipped all the way to the end, you missed me talk about 15-second peacocks. You missed me talk about 60 kilogram Mimics. You missed me talk about 39 kilogram Nightmare bald eagles and koi and stuff. I talked about all sorts of things boosted by the elephant and the values I can find for them online. So if that interests you, you might want to rewind the video and actually listen to me. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was valuable to you. If it was, hit subscribe if you want me to make more of these in the future. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.